Hey folks, now in the past you've heard me go on and on and on about how it's okay during COVID-19 that our churches are shut down. It's okay that governments and municipalities and cities and provinces and states and that they've told us you just can't gather together. You've heard me say that. You've heard me say that it's not an infringement upon our First Amendment rights or here in Canada on our Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That we can still practice our faith without gathering together physically inside a church building. Well, I'm about to say something that's a little bit hypocritical. Somebody sent me this picture on Twitter. It's a picture of a church in Brooklyn Center surrounded by police officers at dusk. You see, this church, every night during these recent protests, have opened their doors as a place of sanctuary and as a place of refuge. They've fed people, they've given people water, they've provided a space where ad hoc medics could take care of those who have been injured. They've provided a place where people could rest when they got tired. Everybody. No barriers, no restrictions, no conditions. Anybody, everybody was welcomed into this building peacefully. The police in this picture, they're stopping anybody from entering into that building. They're keeping people from going inside. This, in my estimation, is an absolute violation of the First Amendment. It's an absolute violation of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms as it pertains to practicing our faith. You see, for centuries and centuries and centuries, the church has been seen as a place of refuge, a place where people went to be safe from whatever it was that was oppressing them, whatever it was that was chasing them on the outside. Here in Nova Scotia, just in the last, I want to say it was about 15 years ago, a former bishop of mine, wonderful person, she, in her church, offered a place of sanctuary for people who were about to be deported. They took care of them for months and months and months and months and months. I want to say it might have even been years. Because that's what the church is supposed to be for. And this isn't a feature of the church that we can do online. This is a very unique aspect of the church that requires the walls and the ceiling and the roof. It requires the physical building that is known as the church. This is an absolute essential part of our ability to practice our faith. And it's not something we can do anywhere else. We need the church building to be available for this particular practice of our religion. Remember? Christian religion, love your neighbor as yourself. Be there for the widows and the orphans. Be there for the sick. Be there for the injured. Be there for the hungry and the thirsty. Be there for the prisoners and the captives. When you are there for them, you are there for me. Remind yourself over and over again that when you look after a stranger, you may be looking after an angel. You may be in the company, in the presence of angels in that moment. You just never know. And it's based on these aspects of our faith that our church doors are always supposed to be open in moments like this, for reasons like this. And no government agency, no arm of the government should ever hinder our ability to help take care of people, regardless of what they've done or regardless of where they've been. If they are here peacefully, we are to extend hospitality. We are to extend care. This is one of those moments where Christians should be appalled that this is happening. This is one of those moments where the Christian voice should be crying out, saying, no, 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 you are stopping us from our worship. You are stopping us from practicing our religion. You are stopping us from doing what Christ has called us to do. I haven't heard any protests about this, though. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you always know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that in your way, wherever you are, when you're called upon to offer your hospitality, you'll be willing to do so. You'll be willing to give of yourself in some manner to help one of your fellow brothers and sisters through the moment they are experiencing. Amen.